Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Ya is my Maim. And I wanted to talk about a little bit about water fasting. This will be my first video that I'm uploading. I done taped it twice before now, so I might even forget what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna try to make sure that I get something up there so I can definitely begin to track my progress. But anyway, I'm doing a water fasting, and it's just like what you hear from the Bible, which is fasting, to abstain from foods and water, of some sort. So, in water fasting, you just fast, no food, obviously, and you just drink water the whole way through. So I had decided to do the fast because I always have words ringing in my mind. And I just kept thinking of this word, ketosis, ketosis, ketosis. Because I've been trying to lose weight for a long time now. And nothing has ever really seemed to help. But I will also say that I wasn't in the right mind frame to ever even keep any weight off. It's only through maturity that you start to realize, yeah, it is a lifestyle changer and things like that. Not to be cliche, but I mean, at the end of the day, you have to come to that realization, and I had never came to that. But with issues that's going on now with GMO and fluoride in the water and all this stuff that's going on with it, I mean, people trying to do nothing less than, to me, is assassination. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, so the word kept ringing in my mind, ketosis, ketosis, ketosis. So finally I get it and I look for it and I do a little bit of research on it and come to find out that amazingly, when you fast now, and if you know anything about the Most High, you already know that when one thing one thing is meant to be for one reason, you'll think that it's for one reason, but actually it's for 10 other, such as not eating pork. That's one of the dietary laws. But what do we come to find out? Why he made it a law. Number one. Number two, it causes high blood pressure. Number three, it eats its own stuff and everybody else's too. So it's a few reasons why you shouldn't eat pork. It's never just one, and that's how the Most High. I'm just not starting to get into the Bible and mature in that, and I'm seeing that that's kind of how he operates. He tells you not to do something, there's a reason behind it. He tells you to do something, there's 10 reasons behind it. So with the fasting, it's always talking about fasting, and I've been sitting on it, just like thinking about it for like the last couple of months, and then all of a sudden that ketosis word popped up to me. So I go and I research it, and what it does is, okay, our body runs off of glucose, which is a type of sugar. Now, when you deplete that reserve with fasting, when you deplete that reserve, your body will start using your own fat for energy. Isn't that something? And so I was like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense, because have you ever seen someone who was a diabetic and then they all of a sudden lose all of this weight? Turns out that's because they're in this state called ketosis. And then when you're in ketosis, you burn a lot of fat. Like, they can eat 10,000 calories a day and not gain a pound. And I just never sometimes you need other people to put the puzzle together for you. And I knew all of these different things, but was never able to quite put it all together. And so now it makes sense why they go through that. It's because they're in ketosis. And so they're running off of their own fat. And they can't gain weight because they're running off of their own fat. Their insulin resistance is all awry, and it's a mess. But when you're water fasting, you want to look for those ketones. And I also purchased strips, which you can get at Walgreens or anywhere. So I went and I got these, and you want to get the bare kind because I had bad reviews, heard bad reviews on the other one, so you might as well just get the best from the door. If you hear first and you're hearing me. So I got the ketosis strips, and you want those ketones in your system. And you know, for women, I believe it's around 3 days that the energy reserve of the glucose is used up and that you are going into ketosis. So I tried it. I went on a water fast for 4 days. Now, you guys, I did not believe it either. But in about 4 or 5 days, I lost 16 pounds. Now, I must say, too, as well, that my period was on. I know it's too much TMI, but you got to know the whole situation. My period was on. So, since my period was on, I was going to lose some weight anyway when I came off. And I believe that probably about 5 pounds of that could have been like pure water weight from the bloating of my period. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not too sure, but more than likely it was. But I lost 16 pounds in that little short time. And I was so shocked by my results. And I know this is the key. And I know that this is the door to weight loss and sickness and ailments and all types of things. I know this is the door. But I was so shocked that I went off the diet for like probably 4 days. And now I'm back into it. And I want to go for a stretch of 90 days with probably Sabbaths or Saturdays off. And, worship that day. And I've just made sure that I cleared the way with working and things like that to have that day free. So on the Sabbath, I probably would, eat those days and try to keep those carbs and those sugars down. And you know what I'm saying? So it really won't take me necessarily out of ketosis. And in the future, I'll make more videos on that and seeing, testing with the strips and seeing if I'm still in that ketosis state, regardless of, the meals that I'm eating and probably what meals that I'm eating to stay in that state. You see what I'm saying? But you guys, if you are sick, supposedly this stuff goes in and it will start eating tumors. If you've ever fell before, you have scar tissue or anything like that, you will have pain and because it's cleaning up that scar tissue. Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? It really, truly is. The stuff that I found out about ketosis is amazing. You stop eating. That's why he tells you to stop eating. It's not for him. It's for him, but it's for you. Because the book also says that this food is defiled. Now, I'm not here to teach, but it does say that the food is defiled. Defiled is what it calls this food. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So we need to be fasting. And we need to be preparing for, we can all tell that the climate has changed. Something is going wrong. Something is about to happen. We can all feel it. It's in the air. So what better way, what better time right now than to pick up fasting? Because this is something that we might need to do. And this will be a tool to use against the enemy if, it comes to the day while we're still living that, the mark of the beast and all that kind of stuff. We will have to fast. There'll be days you won't have food. So if we can do it with all the temptations